He's gonna sing the blues for you. Get yourself a bottle of bourbon before the evening is through. So I try to get up, and when I think, maybe I should go back to sleep for 25 hours till I catch up. This is a hulose from China. I managed to get an upright position and then go for there, hope for the best. And as Dizzy Gillespie was asked, what are you going to do when you retire? He said, I'll never retire. My philosophy is bop till you drop. And keeping that feeling, that thing that touches your heart, that's the mystery, that's the magic. And there's no recipe for that except to stay in the University of Hangout-Ology, no matter how many degrees you have, or if you don't have any.
David Amram was multicultural before multiculturalism existed. He has always had a curiosity and fascination with people.
This is the dumbek, what they call it a darbuki or a tabla or a tov, depending on which country you go to, but it's all essentially very similar instruments.
He's worked with so many incredible people that sometimes, as an adult, I'll look at something that he's done and it's kind of like, I'm just like, what? How did you know that person? Like the connections that he has is just so, there's such a vast array of people too, from so many different worlds. The collaborators that he's worked with are kind of the greats in their field, and they all love Dad. After dinner, my mom would make these amazing dinners. After dinner, we would all play music together, and we had such incredible artists that came to stay with us, and everyone would take out the guitar and just start jamming, and my brother would play the drums, my sister would play guitar, I would kind of like bang on something, and now it's like anytime we have a holiday, everybody, at some point, as soon as dinner is over, it's like the instruments come out and everybody's jamming. I would call it kind of like Amram Jam.
But when the jazz players would harmonize that, and then the four.
You can listen to one piece of music and you can hear an integration and a love for Arab culture, Jewish culture, Pan-African, Pakistani, Irish, and you could hear it in one piece. You could even hear it in one movement. Just the same as with Mozart. The moment you hear his music, you know it's David Amram.
My first true musical experience was when I was 6 years old and my father bought me a bugle. Took out this shiny bugle and started playing it himself before I could even touch it. And after about 10 minutes of not being able to get much of a sound, he handed it to me. I went, and I hit a sound, and it actually was like music. I was blown away. I said, oh my Lord. So I fell in love with that. And then I used to listen to the Radiators, and they would in the middle of the night would start clacking and playing all kinds of, all these different sounds. And I got into the idea of rhythms, listening to those different rhythms of the radiators. So when I heard big bands playing, or I heard the Bach Brandenburg concertos, and heard all that polyphony, many voices at the same time, all being together but playing different stuff, I could relate to that because it was something that I had experienced viscerally as a little boy, making that first sound on the bugle and hearing those rhythms from the radiators. Here's the first stage. When I'm sitting there grinding it out, you can see I changed my mind a few times. Then, that's when I finally decide what it should be. That's just an example of a unaccompanied violin piece I'm writing.
He is an actor, he's a performer, he's a really great friend, and what else? He's just a strange, wonderful man.
David Amram has composed more than 110 orchestral and chamber works and performed as conductor, soloist, and narrator with Chicago, Philadelphia Orchestra, and Houston Symphonies, just to name a few. Jamie Somerville calls David Amram a force of nature. Madam President, I am honored to present to you David Amram to receive an honorary doctorate of music from New England Conservatory.
Native American people believe that all of this was a gift to us by the great creator. And whatever religion we are all gifted by music as being something we'll never understand, but we know is bigger than us and nutritious and valuable.